Google CEO issues rallying cry and internal memo. All hands on deck to test ChatGPT competitor Bard AI. In this video today, guys, I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna explain ChatGPT as well as Bard AI and tell you some of the differences. Then I'm gonna break down the businesses, Microsoft and Google, and tell you which one I think is the better AI stock to buy. Now, you remember back in January 10th, I did a video on the channel here talking about a rumor that Microsoft could be investing $10 billion into ChatGPT, OpenAI, which is the owner of ChatGPT. Then on January 23rd, Microsoft officially announced this, that they were going to do this multi-billion-dollar investment. The investment is the third phase of the partnership following Microsoft's previous investments in 2019 and 2021. Microsoft said the renewed partnership will accelerate breakthroughs in AI and help both companies commercialize advanced technology, OpenAI and Microsoft. All right, let's give ChatGPT a try in real time. And of course, it's at capacity right now. This is a problem they need to address. A lot of people are using it, and it seems like it's at capacity all the time, but don't worry, I've got your back. Back on January 22nd, I asked ChatGPT about early retirement and got this response below. This was posted in Discord, and it gives you a breakdown of what the steps would be if you want to retire early. And from a high level, it does a pretty good job. It doesn't go into much depth, but it does give you a very good high-level overview of some of the steps that you would take for early retirement. So just yesterday, Google CEO told the company it's going to need all hands on deck to test Bard AI, its new ChatGPT rival. He also said Google will soon be enlisting help from partners to test an application programming interface or API that would let others access the same underlying technology. This is a big announcement. Now, this will be rolling out in the next coming weeks. And of course, Google has faced pressure from investors and employees to compete with ChatGPT, and I'll discuss why here in a few minutes. So let's take a look at this announcement from Google regarding Bard AI. So here's the official announcement from Google right from their website, an important next step on our AI journey. AI is the most profound technology we are working on today, whether it's helping doctors detect diseases earlier or enabling people to access information in their own language. AI helps people, businesses, and communities unlock their potential. Introducing Bard AI. It's a really exciting time to be working on these technologies as we translate deep research and breakthroughs into products that can truly help people. That's the journey we've been on with our large language models. 2 years ago, we unveiled next generation language and conversion capabilities powered by a language model for dialogue applications, or Lambda for short. Bard seeks to combine the breadth of the world's knowledge with the power, intelligence, and creativity of our large language models. It draws on information from the web to provide fresh, high-quality responses. Bard can be an outlet for creativity and a launchpad for curiosity, helping you to explain new discoveries from NASA's new telescope to a 9-year-old, or learn about the best strikers in football right now and then get drills to build your skills. So they're going to initially, in the coming weeks here, they're going to release a lightweight model. This is a much smaller model. It requires less computing power, enabling us to scale to more users, allowing for more feedback. We'll combine external feedback with our own internal testing to make sure Bard's responses meet a high bar for quality, safety, and groundedness. Bringing the benefits of AI into our everyday products. We have a long history of using AI to improve search for billions of people. BERT, one of their first transformer models, was revolutionary in understanding the intricacies of human language. 2 years ago, we introduced MUM, which is 1,000 times more powerful than BERT and has next level and multilingual understanding of information, which can pick out key moments in videos and provide critical information, including crisis support in more languages. So their latest technology is creating entirely new ways to engage with information, from languages and images to audio and video. We're working to bring these latest AI advancements into our products, starting with search, and this is why it's so critical. It's going to be a race to see who can get integrated into their search engine first, Bing with Microsoft or Bard with Google. Soon you'll see AI-powered features in search that distill complex information in multiple perspectives into easy-to-digest information and formats so you can quickly understand the big picture and learn more from the web. These new AI features will begin rolling out into Google Search soon. So essentially, Bard AI, they're going to test this, make sure it's working properly, and they're going to integrate it into Google Search. So when you do a search, it's going to be using this technology to extract that data, and it's going to be much more powerful. Okay, let's compare the two products, ChatGPT and Bard AI, Microsoft versus Google. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a large-scale language generation model that is trained to generate human-like text. It can be fine-tuned for various languages processing tasks, such as question answering, translation, and text summarization. GPT is known for its ability to generate coherent and contextually relevant relevant text, but it can also be prone to generating biased or nonsensical text. So what is Google Bard? Google Bard AI is a conversational AI developed by Google and powered by Lambda. That stands for Language Model for Dialogue Applications. With the Chat AI bot, Google aims to combine the depth of human knowledge with the strength, wit, and inventiveness of its massive language models. Bard will use the plethora of data available on the internet to deliver original and accurate answers. There are some key differences, and I'm going to break those down for you here in a couple of minutes. Bard is currently in the testing phase and will be made accessible to the public in the coming weeks. So is ChatGPT a threat to Google when you think of the search engine? Next, I'm going to show you a thread on Twitter that proves why Google has to respond. This is a really big deal, guys. Is ChatGPT a threat to Google? This is specifically about Google search. Come find out with me. Each time I will show you a question answered by Google search, and then by ChatGPT. And the Twitter community voted on these responses. So the author will ask the question here to both services, Google search and then ChatGPT. And you can see the community voted. So this first one here, ChatGPT won 57% to 23%, and then the draw was 19.8%. Here's another one. When did Johnny Depp visit Berlin? Google actually won this one 91% to 5.1%. But as you go through these, you'll see that ChatGPT wins the majority of the polls. You can see here 54% to 31%, 73% to 15%, 87.9% to only 5.6%, and so on. This is a big deal because if ChatGPT can be integrated into Bing before Google can integrate Bard AI into Google search, that's a huge disruption and a threat to Google's business. Of course, Google relies heavily on ads. Now, Microsoft's businesses would love to have more ad revenue, and this is a great way they can achieve that. So I truly believe, guys, this will be a race to see who can beat each other first to get this integrated into their search engines. So this is critical. Of the ways that Microsoft and OpenAI ChatGPT are getting hitched together, perhaps the most astounding and maybe unnerving will be the integration of ChatGPT into the Bing search engine, which of course is owned by Microsoft. Now, according to various published stats, and you get different data depending where you look, but Bing's search engine gets around 8% to 9% of internet search activity. Google dominates with 85%. So what does this all mean? Of course, Google relies heavily. Their major focus of their business is advertising. And more views, more eyeballs equals more ads. So imagine this for a second. Imagine if Microsoft Bing allows you to bypass the need to log in to ChatGPT. Imagine that it's integrated into Bing. I believe this will be a race to integrate. Microsoft is going to be at a race to integrate ChatGPT into Bing, and Google, of course, is racing to get Bard AI integrated into Google search. So what are some key differences between the two technologies? Though both Bard and ChatGPT are language-based conversational AI models, there are key differences in their design and intended use. Let's break it down. So Bard will draw information from the data and sources already available on the internet. While ChatGPT's knowledge is limited to the events till 2021, this is important, Bard will have access to the latest date and will be able to provide more fresh information, more relevant information. Bard, in addition to being integrated with Google's search engine, will have access to a multitude of data, giving it an edge over ChatGPT, which is of course backed by Microsoft. While ChatGPT is prone to providing some factual errors and essentially making stuff up, Google's Bard AI is believed to provide more accurate data to users. Bard AI has an advantage over other AI platforms such as ChatGPT in terms of the depth and range of information it can access thanks to Google's enormous data collection. Bard will be able to distill difficult subjects into digestible, chit-chat worthy chunks. The goal is to spread knowledge more widely in a manner that is clear and can encourage learning in everyone, including kids. Whereas ChatGPT creates content in response to the text prompt. So Microsoft versus Alphabet's Google, which is the better AI stock to buy? Before I go on, guys, please subscribe to the channel and click that bell for notifications. I'm trying to get this channel to over 40,000 subscribers in 2023, and you can help me right now by subscribing to the channel. I also need to announce this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. If you'd like to see the 10 best stocks to buy now, visit fool.com/firedupwealth. You can also check out our private community in Discord at patreon.com/firedupwealth. So which is the better AI stock to buy? Now, I've owned Microsoft since about 2012. I've done very well on it. You can see here Microsoft is trading just under $265. The 52-week low is $213.43. 52-week high, $315.95. Now, this is trading around a 29 PE ratio. It does have a dividend just over 1%, and the market cap is $1.91 trillion. Now, both of these companies, Microsoft and Google, reported earnings about 2 weeks ago. Both had some disappointments. Here's Microsoft offers lackluster guidance, says new business growth slowed in December. So earnings $2.32 a share adjusted versus $2.29 per share expected. So that was a beat. Revenue was a miss, $52.75 billion versus $52.94 billion expected. Microsoft's intelligent cloud segment, which includes Microsoft Azure, amounted to $21.51 billion, up 18%, and that slightly did beat. There's been a lot of talks about cloud slowdowns. I've done several videos telling you my thoughts on that. There was a lot of pull through with the pandemic. Comps are tough. Plus you have a slowed down economy as well. So Alphabet is the holding company that owns Google. There's two types of shares. There's GOOGL, that's A shares, or you can buy C shares, which is GOOG. I own A shares. The voting rights is the main difference. It probably doesn't matter a lot if you don't have a ton of shares. So Alphabet's trading right now just over $105 a share. 52-week low is $83.34. 52-week high, $144.25. Now this is trading around a 22.5 PE ratio. It doesn't pay a dividend. It's a mega cap around $700 billion. Alphabet misses on earnings and revenue as YouTube falls short. So Alphabet missed on the top and bottom lines. Earnings per share, $1.05 versus $1.18 expected. Revenue was $76.05 billion versus $76.53 billion expected. YouTube advertising revenue, $7.96 billion versus $8.25 billion. There were misses across the board here. Google Cloud revenue, $7.32 billion versus $7.43 billion. And Alphabet posts just 1% growth for Q4 2022, but there's a couple things working against them. Of course, first you have pull through from the pandemic. You've got tough comps, plus you have a slowdown in advertised spending. So Alphabet, Google, or Microsoft, which is the better AI stock to buy? I'm bullish on both of these companies. I own both of them in my long-term investing portfolio. I have a higher concentration in Microsoft. It's one of my top holdings. Now, of course, Microsoft trades at a premium. It also pays a dividend. And both these companies have their hands in a lot of different pots. I'm really bullish on both for the cloud services section of their business. So you think of Microsoft Azure, you think of Google for Google Cloud Platform. Of course, Microsoft is also trying to buy Activision. They already have a gaming segment. They've got things like Microsoft Office, Microsoft AI, Bing search engine. There's a ton of different things that Microsoft focuses on. Same with Google. And Google's got their hands in a lot of things too, a lot of different pots. You think of Waymo for autonomous driving. You think of AI, you think of drone delivery, you think of YouTube. With that said though, advertising is still their primary business segment. And ChatGPT is a threat to that business segment. Microsoft has been doing fine without a ton of advertising revenue. So I look at ChatGPT as kind of like icing on the cake for them. If they could even take a couple % of market share, that's going to increase their revenues exponentially. So for Microsoft, it's really a bonus, a luxury add-on to their existing business. With Google, it's a threat to their primary business segment. So if I were to buy one stock today, so when you think about all those different things and you think about the cloud services, Microsoft Azure dominates Google Cloud Platform. Microsoft pays a dividend. Microsoft probably has less threat of disruption and antitrust as well. So the pick for me would be Microsoft, but again, I'm bullish on both these companies, and I think both of these stocks can do well long term. I think integrating AI into their search engines is a great thing for both companies. They could be the Coke and Pepsi of AI. I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications, drop me a like and a comment. I appreciate your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.